Hey guys, this is the last third video for this question. I know it's been a long question. You're at 30 minutes right now, but we're almost done. So let's go back to the question. Now that we got all the set and get things done, and we can set and get them, and we prompt the user, and they can type it in. Now we're going to look at the last couple things. So we did all this part. We have the 4 pieces of information. We have our constructor. We have the set and get methods. The only thing that we don't have is this part right here. And although it seems kind of long, it's actually pretty easy. We just got to provide a method called getInvoiceAmount that calculates the invoice amount. And we also want to ensure that if the quantity is negative, so if they try to put a negative amount of products in, which is impossible, it sets it to 0. And same with the price. So let's start with this part right here. The getInvoiceAmount. All we're going to do is make a method inside the invoice class that calculates the invoice amount by multiplying the quantity by the price per item. So inside the invoice amount, we already have all these get and set methods. At the very bottom, I'm going to make a new one. And I'm going to call this, what is it? Get invoice, or invoice amount. Okay, and the program wants us to return a double, like it shows right here. So we're going to go public double because we're going to be returning the double, and we want it to be called get invoice amount. And it's really easy. All we have to return is our current quantity that we have recorded by the user by the current price. And so these are up here. We have the price and the quantity, so all we got to do is multiply the two and return it. It's real easy. All we have to do is return price times quantity. Just like that. And so we're done. That's all we have to do to get the get invoice amount. Now it's not going to do anything until we put it in our main file. So at the very bottom, after the user types in all the stuff, we can type in right here and return the cost of that invoice using the method we just created right here. So it's real easy. I'm just going to do a system.printout or system.out.print. I'll just mix it up. I'm going to do a function, so printf. I'm going to say total amount due for this invoice. Sorry, I'm going to word it a little bit different. Total amount due for the invoice for parts. And so we can use our, we can start using our get part number to make it look more fluid when we tell the user what the price is for. So we got the part number, so we might as well put that here. And so the part number is a string, so I'm just going to go %s, and we're going to put the part number here. So when they read it, they know what part this cost is for. So we're going to say that the part number, whatever it is equal to, and then here's where we put our get invoice amount that we just created, that method we just created, which is going to be represented just by everything else we've done with money. Just like this part right here, it's going to be %.2f. And now we've got to put our variables in. So remember, the %s is first, and that's going to be our myInvoice.getPartNumber. And so that's going to get the name of the part, or the number of the part, and put it there so that it makes more sense to the user. And then we're going to do our myInvoice. I'm going to expand this window out. MyInvoice dot, and then the method we just created, get invoice amount. just like that, and that'll tell the user the price. So this is going to get the price by multiplying the price and the quantity, the total cost of that invoice. Now that that's done, we have one last step in the question, and we just want to set the quantity if it's negative to 0, and if the price is negative to 0 as well. So the way we're going to do that, it's real simple. This file is completely done here. This whole thing's done. We just got to go to our invoice class, and it wants the price. The set we're going to change the set quantity and the set price so that if they type in a negative number, it sets it equal to 0 instead. So we're going to use an if statement. So we're going to say if the incoming quantity, so whatever the user types in, is less than 0, so if it's negative, then that's when we are going to put our quantity set equal to 0 right there. So it's forced to equal 0 if it's negative. Just like that. Now if it's not negative, so if they typed in a valid quantity number, so 5 items or 6 items, we want it to be set equal to that, just like we had it before. So quantity equals incoming quantity, so whatever the user typed in. Just like that. So we're done with that one. Now we just got to do the price. So here's our set price, same way. So if the price is negative, so if the incoming price that the user typed in is negative, then we want to set the price equal to 0. And if it's not negative, we want to set the price equal to what they really typed in. Just like that. And that should complete our program. That should complete it. So let's compile it and see if we have any errors. No errors there. And no errors there. So let's run it and see what happens. So you can see that they're connected now. We have our 2 classes. So now we can enter a part number. So let's try part number 324. A part description. So I don't know, let's say that it's an iPhone. And now we can enter a part quantity. So say that we're ordering 23 iPhones. And let's say that the price per item is $456 for an unlocked one, or I'm just making that up. So now it worked. So we know that for the part number 324, the invoice is going to equal $10,495.82. To make sure that the part that we just put in where it sets it equal to 0 works, we'll try it again. So let me rerun it, and we'll try to put a negative number in. So I'm just going to type that in. So part quantity, if I type in a negative quantity such as 3, it'll set it equal to 0 automatically, and if I type in a negative price, it's going to set it equal to 0, resulting in the total invoice being $0, 0 times 0. So that's it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.